Hey, welcome to day 7 of this 1 week to create a badass spiritual business vision board challenge with me, Iona Meade. So today is financial freedom. We're going to be talking about money and financial freedom in your spiritual business. I'm super excited. Are you excited? Well done you for getting this far for this 1 week. Excuse me, I'm excited. If you have no clue what I'm talking about, we have 7 days of this 1 week to create a badass spiritual business vision board, just to let you know, so that we can manifest more light work and lifestyle balance and live an intentional life and commit to it for 7 days, maybe 49 days, and maybe 365 days of the year. So I go live here at SoulLegacyTV. Oh gosh, let me just sort my banner out here at the SoulLegacyTV. Spiritual business success with Iona. And so if you, I don't know why StreamYard are doing that because they don't normally. And so I go live and I stream on my YouTube channel. I also stream in the Soul Legacy Academy, which I'm the founder of, and I stream on the socials as well. And so you can get the replays. You can join me live on the second week in December at 7:30 p.m. UK time, Monday to Sunday, every single day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Your girl is here for about an hour and a half each day. And again, you can watch the replays. I do have the replays for you on my YouTube channel, and I also have the replays for you in the homework. And so let me share with you. Oh gosh, it's not on here. Hey again. Hey, Robin. Hey, darling. How are you doing? I actually don't have all of the banners that I had for the other days. They may be in the comments, but I can't pull them up. StreamYard hasn't shown me them. So normally I would say step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6. Go back to day 1 and you'll get it, is what I will say. So basically the SoulLegacyAcademy.com/courses/vision board. There are homework, there's replays. I'll share that with you so you can write it down. But yeah, you'll get the replays in there. Everything is organized. Next year is actually set up. So this is December 2024, and I've set up December 2025 where I'll go live again. I will share with you what I've manifested. Hopefully you'll share with me what you've manifested and you'll come and join me live. So click to get notified on those YouTube lives that are there within the Soul Legacy Academy and also within the playlist. If you have no clue what I'm talking about, I will show you on the screen as we go through. Okay, so Robin is here, and thank you so much, Robin, for joining me at the Energy Healing TV. I've got a little bit of a recap, and then what I want to say is financial freedom. I'm going to put it into context, and then I've got a lot of windows to share. I'm hoping that everything will go smooth and my internet is all smooth as well. So I share my mind map with you all day, all the time. So I'm going to share my mind map in a second, and I'm going to give you an actual exercise to do. And what I will do is share it in the Soul Legacy Academy. I don't believe that I've shared it in the homework. I know that I've shared it in my 7 Freedoms frequency call and gym and the membership site, but I've got to make a note. I'm making a note to share this statement. It's like an adaptation of the definiteness purpose of statement in Think and Grow Rich. I've done my own, so stick with me, and I'll give you that. It's basically saying I have a definiteness purpose. I have a definite purpose in life. This is what it is. This is what I intend to give, and this is what the money that I intend to receive, and by when. And you don't have to do the by when and have it be fixed, but that's it. But I will share the version that I have, so we can do this, and I can support you. So I'm going to put that into the online teaching portal for you. Okay. So let me just share. And if you have any comments and questions, do Robin says thank you for doing the vision board live again. Yes, every year. And again, I always say this, and it's like, I don't know, really. So this is for me first, and so there's many of you that are in the groups. There's many of you that are in the Soul Legacy Academy. excuse me, there's people on here, there's even people on here now, and you're not engaging and you're not showing up for yourself, and you might be quietly doing your vision board, and that's fine. And the universe can hear you and feel you. It's not about me. And not everybody's as loud as I am and like shouts about it and celebrates and puts their arm up in the air. I get it. Everybody's got a different learning style. But actively engage and participate. I'd love to know your journey. I'd love to have you in the group, and I would love to see your vision boards actually posted in there. You will see other students, members who've gone through this before posting, and you will see throughout the year. If you want to buddy up and invite somebody in and do it with you, then absolutely do that. All right, so let me dive into this. You can see that I've got other windows open, and I will share some stuff with you. So I can't see all of the comments and all of the things. I can't even see myself on the screen. So I'm just going to go for it. So this is so contribution freedom Monday we started with. So this is financial freedom. For me, what represents financial freedom? For me, you do what you need to do for you. This is what mine looks like. In order to put this into context, and you just saw me hold up my book, and I've got The Science of Getting Rich and the Money and the Law of Attraction on my Kindle. So I want to educate myself around money. So we want to raise our vibrational frequency to be in alignment with the money. So we want to raise our vibration to the vibration on the Abraham Hicks emotional scale of to love and joy and empowerment and knowledge and freedom and appreciation. Now we want to do that with not just money, and you might be like, oh my gosh, with all the areas that we've talked about throughout this week. So this is the last day. I will not be live until next year. So if you've missed it and you've missed asking your questions, that's okay. Click to get notified, and then you can come and join me live. And you can also come and join me on my 7 Freedoms Frequency Calling Gym if you want coaching around this, okay? And also come and join me on my daily lives as I journal around this. So you've not missed out altogether, but the actual challenge, I do it live, and I talk about on Monday contributing. And so this 1 week to create a badass spiritual business vision board challenge, as we back up a bit, and this might put it into context if you've not done your images yet, is that we're talking about spiritual business, and I'm talking about spiritual business success and what success means for you. Success does not mean the same for you as it does for me, and everybody starts from a different place, right? That makes sense. So wherever you are, wherever you are, post your images in the group. Let us hold you accountable. Let us celebrate where you are and what it is that you want to manifest. And there's no shame. We're going to do this for an entire year. It's what you want to manifest for an entire year. And then whatever you manifest, fantastic. You celebrate in the group with your buddies on the coaching call. And whatever you don't, you just carry it over to the next year. It doesn't matter. It's not like you're not going to manifest anything at all. So don't let the vibration of fear hold you back. Okay. So I put on my vision board, my 1-page plan, which I share with you, which is going to support you in building your spiritual business model in order to receive that financial freedom. You're contributing. And so that's what I do in my business. And that's what I do is in my book. So you'll see my book on my vision board. Let me see what you can see. You'll see my book. It's called Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch, a soul-guided influencer's compass to leverage your light work and lifestyle on YouTube. This is me leveraging my light work and lifestyle. I want to know that as a spiritual business owner, my success is about that financial freedom, receiving that energy exchange for the contribution that I make in the world. Now, my vision board, my book was on my vision board, and Robin Knott, who's on here with me, thank you, Robin, knows the journey, because as I was writing this book, first of all, I launched the book on Amazon in pre-order. And pre-order means that you don't upload the manuscript. And Amazon gives you up to a year to write the book. And I had a year. I had actually 13 months. I extended it. But I got it to #1 on Amazon, was building the back end of my spiritual business, ready to write it. So I write in a different way as an author, and I'll talk about that on the masterclass. But I got it to #1, and then I had to actually write the book. And so as I was writing it, I gave myself a year to write it, but I didn't write it in the year, like step by step, week by week, as I thought I would. I actually had 3 children under 5 who I was fostering which was part of the vision that I had many, many years ago. And I literally let that go. And the universe said, hey, you said that you wanted to do this, and presented me 3 children under 5, my great niece and nephews, twins. And I had them in my life. And I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to write this book? And my sister said, how's the book writing going? I'm like, oh, I've got 11 weeks to publish. Date. Oh my gosh, I've got to get and write this book. And Robin was there with me every step of the way. You know, you've got to have somebody who is there. Don't do it alone. And every time I wrote a chapter, I think it took me like a week to write the first chapter. And then I was like, if I've got 11 weeks, I've got 11 chapters to write, that I can't be doing one a week. And so I had to like, okay, this has got to take me 4 days. This has got to take me 3 days. I've got to do this in like 24 hours. It was painful. I've got early learning dyslexia, and every chapter that I churned out, I sent it to Robin on Telegram. I was like, I've done one. She didn't edit it or proofread it, but she read it for me, and she's like, yeah, it makes sense. I was like, so grateful in this process. So I had that on my vision board. I was able to get it to number 1, life be lifing, but I still manifested it. And then I put the paperback. I did not know how to do this. I'm a 4-time number 1 bestselling author, but a co-author. So I didn't do the actual process. I learned about it, and now I teach it, right? And so I will teach, and I'll share with you how writing a book positions you as an author and an authority, and it's going to assist you in receiving that financial freedom. You know, when you feel like a fraud and you feel like, I've got this area of expertise, but nobody's really listening to me. When you're online and you see others contributing in the world, guarantee that most people have got a book, right? They've got a book. And so I know that many of you want to write a book, so do it. Robin says, I'm still amazed at how you wrote the book. Badass. It literally, like, I went in coffee shops, I shut myself in the room, I shut myself in there with alcohol. I was like, somebody come get these kids, because like it was absolutely crazy, literally crazy. And I missed the deadline because I dedicate my work to my son. I missed the deadline of publishing on his birthday. I was distraught, like literally on the floor crying. And I said to everybody, like, I'm like mad. And like, everybody's being disrespectful. You said that you'd help me. What's going on? And they were like, no, he'd still be proud of you. I'm like, no, now I've got to tell this story. I'm supposed to manifest it. I launched it on my son's birthday in the Kindle, gave myself a year to write it, and said I was going to publish it on and dedicate it. Now I have to tell the story that I didn't. And I didn't realize Amazon would extend it for a month. I didn't know. I was like, I'm devastated. I've missed the deadline. It's a whole year. I just can't do it. And anyway, I got an extension on it, and I have a learning dyslexia. So deadlines make me do that. I go on a meltdown. Like literally, I know myself, I'm on a meltdown. But I got it, and it's in my hands. And now my students have left a review. So if you purchase the book, leave a review. There's a 5-day challenge inside the book, a course, which is valued at $55. And my students have actually left me reviews and actually got to the end of this book. Do you know they've got to the end of that book? How many books have you got to the end of? Yeah, can I get an amen? And they love it. And I was like, oh, wow. Anyway, contributing in order to receive the financial freedom. I am doing this YouTube channel, right? And so I've got a video called Promote Your Book on YouTube, Promote Your Spiritual Business with a book. And then I've got a second YouTube channel called Intention Dating App for soulmates and twin flames. I've been through awakenings and through my journey of being on this path and being a light worker and all the things. And I want to contribute to the things that I've learned. So when you do your vision board challenge for your contribution, make it so that it's things that you're actually doing, things that you want to do, how you want to contribute in the world, for your light work and your lifestyle, and put them on your vision board. Mine is mostly light work, but you can put your lifestyle on there. For me, I've got the vision of the silver play button, which is 100,000 subscribers. I show up like I've got 100,000 subscribers. There may be nobody watching. And usually they say that the first 50 to 100 videos that you do are your worst videos. So just on YouTube and YouTube training, just get them done. Like nobody needs to be watching you while you're honing your craft. It's fine. Like being visible, etc. So there's me with this YouTube channel and my monthly calls for my network partnership. I'm really big into that. Freedom, free sand, like being out in nature, being on the beach, all those things, really having freedom, TEDx, all those things. And I go back to day one, because what you want to be doing is having health freedom, that manifesting that light work and that lifestyle balance and living intentionally while you contribute, right? But notice your financial freedom, when you were focusing on financial freedom, which is today, I've got the things that I'm doing to contribute on the back end of my business. I'm like, I want to contribute on my YouTube channel, but I've given you a call to come. I will give you a call to conversation. I will say you can enroll as a student in the Soul Legacy Academy. I'm here at the Soul Legacy TV, but you can actually enroll as a student in the Soul Legacy Academy, meaning I've got a place for you to sign up. So I'm contributing and I'm visualizing, but it leads to somewhere. My videos lead to somewhere. My online presence leads to somewhere. And that's what this one-page plan supports you to do. Many people come to me, many light workers, many spiritual coaches, earth angels, authors, and entrepreneurs haven't thought through the contribution. It's like one-on-one sessions. There's a calendar, even if they even have a calendar. And then it's like, okay, well, after that one-on-one session that you've given, where are you taking people? Well, I'm just working one-on-one, and they're burnt out, and they haven't got financial freedom. There's a ceiling on their income. So if you want to have passive and leverage income streams, think about the vision of you contributing. And again, I will share with you on my monthly coaching to align your movement, your message, and money. All right. So how will you be looking after yourself while you're contributing? Now, if you're working one-on-one, that's okay. But if you're working one-on-one, will you continue to do that to the age of retirement? And will you be earning enough to retire? I've had students later on in their life, later in the season, and they'll be like, I'm drained. Like, and they're not necessarily taking care of their health and their emotional health, their environmental health, their spiritual health, their physical health, their all the health, right? And so you want to be, I would love to support you in taking care of your health. And I talked about this on Health Freedom Tuesday, so I'm not going to talk about it today, but know that financially, if you don't earn, then financially your lifestyle is impacted by your light work. You're either going to have to go get a soul-sucking day job, I call it, or night job, work shift, work part-time, and it isn't necessarily soul-sucking, and you don't want to consider it soul-sucking when you're doing it. You might have to care. I was doing fostering for a year, which meant I couldn't build my business, and your goal was in burn out. My health suffered as a result, and I get it. So emotionally, you want to be feeling high vibe. We talked about this on day 3, sorry. If you are not in alignment, one, with the emotions that you feel when you are contributing. So for me, I need to be in the emotional state of having 100,000 subscribers now in order for that to manifest. If I'm like fearful, like, oh my gosh, if I had 100,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel, what would I do? First of all, it's like, yeah, go to the vision board challenge, go to the online teaching portal. Let's get it done. Let's get on a monthly coaching call. I can serve. If I have fear around it, I'm going to be repelling it, right? And so we want to manage our emotions. And again, after this vision board challenge, I go live at the Soul Legacy TV every single day, and we journal on this, we set intentions on this, and we visualize. We keep on visualizing to maintain it. So every single Monday we come back to contribution freedom. Every single Tuesday we come back to Health Freedom Tuesday. Every single Wednesday we come back to the emotional freedom board. Every single Thursday we come back to your environment, and we manage the emotions. We manage the dips through life. We manage like what is happening, life be lifing, you know? So we talked about environmental freedom, Abraham Hicks cruise, y'all, Eastern Caribbean. When you spend you do the vibrational money, Bank 50K in 50 days, we spend our vibrational money on this vision board. When we set an intention and we put visions on our vision board, we can end up having a poverty consciousness and repelling it, rather than a prosperity consciousness, meaning being in alignment with it. So if I put an Abraham Hicks cruise on my vision board and I don't have the money to purchase that Abraham Hicks cruise, I'm like, lack. oh, well, well, my brain will be like, well, I can't do it anyway. Like, I'm not going to ever experience that. I don't have the money, blah, blah, blah. Travel to Australia, do all the things, have a retreat in Thailand, buy my bank conversion, like stories. But when we spend our vibrational money and we're actually taking action and our environment is our biggest vision board, we feel more in alignment with it. And it takes time to germinate the seeds of the ideas. And as you're going throughout your day, you're basking in that. So I'm in my barn a lot of time in the day. If I'm getting in the bath and I'm soaking, that's my download space. I'm in this barn and I'm visualizing and all the things. And I would say, if you have any emotions around it that feel resistant, do tapping. I tap every single day. All right. Relationships, date nights, date days, all the things. Spiritual freedom we talked about, and financial freedom. So I like to tithe 10% of my income and my vibrational money voucher to a worthy cause. And I've got cancer research. When I do a bucket list item, I like to connect it to that. And there's my granddaughter's Brooklyn Safe Haven Fund. My son made his transition 9 years ago, so that was there to take care of my granddaughter. I've got cruise bereavement care because a lady called Ruth came to my house and supported me through my awakening, through my dark night of the soul, my darkest days. And so I want to give back, and also Compassionate Friends and Charity Water. And I'm reading my books. I was showing this on my on the daily journaling for financial freedom. The books that I have for money, right? Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, Millionaire Messenger, all the things. Happy Pocket Full of Money, Think and Grow Rich. Like every single Sunday and more, but every single Sunday every single day I listen to a book that will educate my mind. But every single Sunday I focus on what is coming in, what is going out, managing my money, but also doing it vibrationally first. All right. I love it. All right. So that is the vision board. What I am going to do is share my mind map and go through this process with you of the purpose statement. And then I'm going to go through some more teaching. All right. So if you've got any questions, again, ask them, ask away while we're here live. This is the last day for you to ask. Robin says, I'm grateful to move away from one-on-one and serve one-to-many. Absolutely. And so one-to-many for me, and I talk about this in the day one of the challenge that goes inside of here. I talk about salesy marketing versus serving marketing. And when you're serving marketing, this is me serving one-to-many rather than, and not only one-to-many once, it's one-to-many again and again and again and again. And so it becomes a video and it becomes an actual course. And I'll show you inside the Soul Legacy Academy how I do this live, and I turn it into a course. All of my videos are repurposed into the Soul Legacy Academy. So I come from the space that I'm a spiritual teacher and I'm teaching you about the low vibration, but I'm not just marketing. I'm not just out there like, get on my email list. I'm actually considering you as a student, because this is repurposed in the Soul Legacy Academy, and I know that my students will be watching me. So I'm already coming from the space of, okay, I'm teaching. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm educating. And so that's one-to-many. And it's beautiful. And so writing a book is one-to-many. Doing a coaching program, doing a group coaching is one-to-many. Right. And so we have passive and leverage income streams. So I have a self-study course inside here. That's one-to-many. I have a self-paced bootcamp, one-to-many. And I don't have to touch it again. And I've touched it so many times to get it ready, so I don't have to touch it. And I've scheduled my business out for 7 years, and I've scheduled Q&A, and I'll show you before we hop off what that Q&A looks like. Even if you go through a self-study or a self-paced program of mine, I still have a point of contact for you to get Q&A. And eventually I can hand it over to team, but I want to get you those results. I care. All right. So thank you, Robin, for that. So it is one-to-many, and it's just really beautiful. It's a lovely model that I've been downloaded. I don't know why, but I have. Anyway, we talked about the Soul Legacy Wheel. I'm not going to go into that. Go into day one. It's about that light work and lifestyle balance. All of the areas are on your vision board. And you're rating your vibration every single day. In fact, rate your vibration today based on how you feel. if you've rated your vibrational frequency all week, you'll know how to do this. And I won't go into detail because you'll need to do all of the vibrations. So go back to Contribution Freedom Day 1, and I go into great detail and explain what this Soul Legacy Wheel is. But intuitively, rate your vibrational frequency day around money, around financial freedom. How do you feel about money? And you'll rate between a 1 and an 11. So 1 is like in soul funk, like this money thing, I just can't figure it out. It's doing my head in, like I'm sick of it, like just being everywhere, but like in my pocket, in my bank, or whatever. I don't know what I'm doing with it, whatever. Or like money's for greedy people, or rich people suck, or whatever it is, whatever thoughts and feelings. Or 11 is like, I'm in soul funk, I am manifesting financial freedom. 2025 has been the best year because we're at the end of 2020. We're at the end of 2024 now, but when we're visualizing, we're at the end of 2025. So it's like 2025 has been the best year ever. I'm financially free. I easily banked 50K in 50 days. It was amazing. I did it before the 50-day mark. I went on the coaching call with Iona, and it was just amazing. Like how you feel about it. How would you feel if you'd manifested it already? That's high vibing at an 11, like it's already manifested. And if you feel a dip, like she is crazy right now, do that rating. So between 1 and 11, and write down the abbreviation: financial F, freedom F, S equals. So FFS equals. And then every single day we come back, throughout the week we've rated our vibrational frequency, but every single day we come back to rating our vibrational frequency on contribution freedom, on health freedom, on emotional freedom, on environmental freedom, on relationship freedom, spiritual freedom, and financial freedom. And then we have our vibrational score for the week, and we know where we're dipping. We know what needs more intention. We know what needs more healing. We know what needs more releasing. We know what, do you know what I'm saying? Like it's just really, really powerful process that I was called to do, to rate my vibrational frequency overall based on my lifestyle and my light work. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is talk a little bit about the maths and talk a little bit about, let me make this bigger. And if you've got any questions on that, let me know, and I will come back to the replay. And I did these maths, and I've got Olin and dyslexia. What I will do is invite you to the masterclass at the SoulLegacyAcademy.com /courses/masterclass. It's called the Spiritual Business Book Marketing on YouTube Masterclass and Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge. I walk you through homework there and doing the maths. Instead of just list building, I talk about legacy building because I'm the founder of the Soul Legacy Academy. So list building is where we're like, the money's in the list. If I have 100 people on my list, then I have one client. That's a 1% conversion rate. It's industry norm, industry standard. It might have gone up to 3% or 5% at the most. And so say if you have 100 people in a room, you are happy with serving 5 of those, right? And that's their clients. And for me, I want no part of it. I'm like, what about the other 95%, 95 people? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, if you literally had 100 people in the room, would you be happy of serving one and turning your back on the other 95? And it's not because you've got to take responsibility for the other 95, but set up your business in a way that whether somebody buys from you or not. And if you purchase my book for $5.55 in Kindle, or $15.55 in the paperback, for the paperback, and I will eventually have the Audible, but you can have Alexa read the Kindle out for you. $5.55, and I give you, right, a $55 course that goes inside the book that is valued at $500. One of my students said, I know you should charge $500 for this easy. And I go, yeah, I know. So that's not the 1% norm for the conversion rate. Like, let me build a list. If you come to the masterclass, I will give you free chapters, 3 of them, of that book. It's not just download a PDF that's random. It's like, it's a process. It's inviting people to actually come into your world and educating them. And education marketing is lit for me. And instead of giving a call to action, download that PDF, I give a call to conversation. I say, come and have a conversation with me. Here's where I'll be live. I do the masterclass live on the last Monday of the month. Do you know what I mean? I'm sharing with you how to speak to, serve, and sign up your high-paying one-to-many soul clients. Have that formula that transitions from one-to-one to one-to-many. Legacy build, not list build. Anyway, so if you had 10 clients working one-to-many, right, you'd have, and you were charging, like I do in my mastermind, 5,555. So I had 10 clients, I'd bank 50K in 50 days. If I had 100 clients in serving one-to-many in my bootcamp, then I'd bank 50K in 50 days or in a year. And if I had, I don't know what I did there, so I'm not even going to talk about it. But for the bootcamp and the 5-day challenge, I have Q&A. If you come to the masterclass, I'm going to give you Q&A to get your questions answered, because they're passive income streams. You can go through the training whenever you like, 24/7, even when I'm sleeping or I'm on the beach. And I have Q&A. It's called Upgraders Q&A. And it happens October through to April on the first Monday to Friday of every single month. So there's an hour Q&A at 7:30 p.m. UK time. First week of the month, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, October through to April. The rest of the May, June, July, August, September, Iona Meade will not be there for Q&A. Like, where will you be? I don't know, doing fun, cool stuff. And then I just have to show up for an hour anyway. So it's 5 hours in a month to make this a live challenge rather than a Facebook group pop up, pop down. When you think of financial freedom, it doesn't have to be a model that's super hard. I didn't want that. So this is the vibrational money voucher that we spend. I'm going to make this bigger. And I can't, for some reason. Oh, I can. Hang on. You'll see this in the group, or you'll see this in the Soul Legacy Academy. The vibrational money voucher is spending, like, when we're talking about financial freedom and it feels difficult for you to imagine it, spend your vibrational money voucher. My journal gives you £1,000, dollars, or euros every single day. I went through an awakening. I was bankrupt. I was homeless. I gave up my home last year. I built my business so I can travel, all the things. And so that's been my saving grace, my vision. This is, so this is the vibrational world where we're banking 50K in 50 days. My hand just started shaking then, hang on. I don't know if you can see this, but this is my Financial Freedom Sundays frequency statement. And so I don't know which page it is on, the definiteness of purpose statement, and I should probably find that. But for Napoleon Hill, if you're familiar with him, he says, what you intend to give for your money, the exact amount of money, and then the actions. And I adjusted it. So I'm going to walk you through this. And I will make a note to put this in the homework if you want it, or you can screenshot it, or you can just write it down now with me. And I'm going to check in for comments, and then I'm going to come back and continue on. All right. So hopefully this is making sense. Is this making sense? I'm like rifting. I've been in here half an hour. I've got so much more to share with making peace with where you are with your finances, so that you're in alignment with building the back end of your business and being a badass. All right. So 1 week to create a badass spiritual business vision board is about having a badass spiritual business model where you can bank 50K in 50 days. If you want me to support you, I don't outprice you, as you see. I made a vow when I figured this out, fill in the blank, I would share it far wide and deep, because people in the industry are wonky. Go and build a list. The money's in the list. No, it's not. The money's in transformation. I will get on my soapbox all day long about this, because chaos unfolded in my life because I was trying to make that model work. It just wasn't in alignment with my values. I was like, I'm done. I had given up my business, ripped up all things so many times because I just couldn't make it work. I feel amazing. I'm like, yeah, buy the book. Yeah, get in the group coaching program. Come in the mastermind. Of course. Like, of course. Yes, I receive it. I love it. All right. So Financial Freedom Sunday, Robin is at a 9. And so, Robin, if you don't mind, I'm going to model you. I've been modeling me all week. So when you are at a 9, so soul funk versus soul flow, how you feel about money, right? So in order to raise your vibration around money, one, we express gratitude and we do this visualization. Excuse me. Excuse me, hang on. Let me just have a sip of water because I've been talking and I'm talking fast. I know I am. Hang on. Excuse me. Give you a breath. So if you are vibrating at a low vibration, that's not low anyway. Say you are and your vibration is lower, you're like, I feel in funk about this money stuff, like literally I've made it's a shit show. Expressing gratitude, like I said, and journaling about it and feeling into it. This might not happen overnight. Oftentimes we feel a certain way because we're looking at the humanness, we're looking at the world through our lens of humanness and conditioning and the lack and the poverty consciousness. And I do have a quiz on where your mind is at in the homework, again, at SoulLegacyAcademy.com/courses/vision board. I have a prosperity consciousness quiz, and I'm going to talk about it, where I started and how how my mind is for me more so now. I do it. But where it's probably because you're seeing evidence in the physical that isn't in alignment with your vision. And so when we look at the world through the lens of our soul, we know that money is an energy exchange. And if we are expressing gratitude and we're moving through the world and we're progressing, we don't need the physical, we don't need the money in our hands to feel better. So whatever it is that is making our vibrational frequency dip, know that you can raise your vibration. You're not stuck. You're not stagnant. It's not, right, well, I'm at a 9 and I can't do anything about it until I bank 50K in 50 days. That's not how it works. So Robin's financial freedom frequency and mine may dip. Mine's at a 10 today. So what was it that dipped mine? It wasn't the physical. It was more, I noticed my thoughts around it. I caught myself at the store thinking that's expensive. Or like when I'm paying, like, oh, well, how much is this and how much is left? And that version of me that's already banked the 50K in 50 days or already has $1 million business is not thinking that. Actually, that's not even true necessarily, because some people who, Oprah talked about this and J.K. Rowling talked about this, that they still feared that they would lose it all. They still feared that they would lose all the money. So that for me is still a poverty consciousness. You can make it, how you feel about it. So we be kind to ourselves and notice where we are and then keep raising our vibration. 3 free chapters. Yes, wow, that's generous. You give away so much. Yes. So the book, Spiritual YouTuber from Scratch, A Soul Guided Influences Compass to Leverage Your Lightwork and Lifestyle on YouTube. Inside it, and on the back of here, there's a 5-day fast track movement marketing model. That's the $55 course. And then there's 3 chapters. So the first chapter is an introductory chapter, and it's called, I don't think you can see it at home. It's called How to Start, Grow and Build a Successful Online Spiritual Business on YouTube with a #1 best-selling book launch. And then I give the next chapter, which is called, so there's 11 key principles in the book. The next chapter is the key principle #1, the principles of consistently going public, being consistent in your business. The next chapter is principle 2, the principle of integrity-based self-publishing. It isn't just going out there and just writing the book for you. It's actually writing it with your readers in mind. So hopefully you'll get a lot of value from those 3 chapters. Then you'll purchase the book. It makes sense. Does it? Awesome. I don't mind. Model away. Yes. Oh, thank you. All right. So let's do this statement. So my financial freedom is Financial Freedom Sundays, every single Sunday. Day 7, Financial Freedom Sunday, but every single Sunday we talk about money blocks and releasing that, turning it around. So the intentional living codes is made in fearless receiving mode. Abraham Hicks talks about something mode. I can't remember what it is. There might be in receiving mode. I don't know. But for me, it was fearless receiving mode. I wanted to move up the emotional scale from being in fear, right? Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of selling. That is not the best place to build a spiritual business. Do you agree? Type in the comments, I agree. For those who are on here who have not engaged, wherever you are, I can't see your comments. Come over to the YouTube channel, type in there, you agree, it makes sense, okay? So I have written down, and so you want to write this down, the exact amount of soul client annual income I desire in fair energy exchange for serving for a year is, now it might not be the bank 50K in 50 days. So for me, it was 600,000, say it's 1 million, say it's 50,000, say it's 200,000. And as I work with my students, everybody comes up with a different number. The average is probably about 200,000. There's that whole thing of like, oh, I've reached 6 figures and 10K months and 100. I did 10K, I enrolled 10K in a day. And then I blew up my business because it wasn't the model that it wasn't giving this one-to-many model. I was like, oh my gosh. And when I did my own Bank 50K in 50 days challenge in the visible world, I enrolled 32K in 37 days. And by enrolled, I mean, I signed up, my co-authors and my students, and I was working with a co-producer at the time. I'm like, this model is not going to work for me. This model is not going to give me that light work and that lifestyle balance. I blew it up. I was like, I can't. I had to pause, and I've gone back to the drawing board. And that happens. That's failing forward. All right. So the exact amount of annual soul client income I desire in fair energy exchange for serving for a year is, what's that number for you? You can type it down below. You can come to the coaching calls and let me know. All right. And so when you do this, and I do this on my intake forms, and I do this with my students, my clients, and I say, okay, well, that's a year, break it down. What would that be for each month? What would that be that you'd be charging for each student or each client, each what have you? You did one-on-one, you did one-to-many, okay? What is it? And don't pick a number just out of the blue. Pick a number that actually do your maths for your outgoings, current lifestyle, and do your maths for the desired lifestyle. And then do the maths for the big money goal. Like, if I had this would be the holy grail, and then shoot for that. And then anything else is like fantastic. So on my vision board, I know in order to manifest my barn and pay the deposit for my barn, pay stamp duty, pay the actual monthly installments, mortgage payments, what that actually is, I know that. So I've adjusted my business and my annual income goal according to the lifestyle that I want to create, right? It's not, oh, I've got money blocks, so I don't want money, but you need it for the lifestyle, right? It's just energy. Let's not make stories that make us live in poverty. It's not cool. Anyway, the soul signature system is the next part I intend to offer in my online teaching platform. It's called Soul Signature System. This is my Soul Signature System, Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint. If you don't have a soul signature system, I can support you in that. If you don't have an online teaching portal, a group coaching program, or a course, I can support you in that too. But you want to have a system where you walk your soul clients through so that you, work easier one-to-one, and then you can transfer your knowledge to one-to-many. And it's not as hard as what you think. And so who is it for? Who do you want to work with? For me, women over 40 in spiritual business. Just create a group around that. Yes. What is it called? Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint. All right. So what is yours? And if you don't know, that's okay. That's fine. I remember sitting in the Millionaire Mind Intensive many years ago when my home was being repossessed. I was in the homeless unit. And when they were asking me certain questions, I had no clue. My paper was blank. I talk about that in the book. Don't worry about it. Get some help and support around it. Body up and do it. All right. So use the bank 50K in 50 days. All right. So, and then for the next section, is my intention is to allow, is to allow all the money to flow in to me in the next 12 months by in the date. And I've got typos because I've got learning dyslexia. So what date by? So if you're watching this in December 2024, fantastic. It's December 2025, but it's 12 months. So whatever date you're watching this, or whatever date you want to set your year, then live into that. Okay. Set the date a year. In a year's time, that means you're not pressuring yourself for the 50 days, and you're not pressuring yourself to know everything yesterday. You're moving in ease, grace, and flow as the annual income. The last thing that we want to do, or one of the last things that we want to do, we're going to sign it and date it, is the last thing. But the last thing is in taking the next 3 soul guided action steps from your 1-page Spiritual Biz YouTubers one-to-many model R. Now, I have a 1-page plan, which I share on my masterclass, and I'll share with you throughout this live stream. And so whatever stage you are in your marketing, and there's 4 stages and 3 phases, you will take the next 3 action steps. And that's what Napoleon Hill has you do. What are the next 3 steps that you need to take? When you've taken them, what are the next 3 steps that you need to take? When you've taken them, what are the next 3 steps? And if you come into the mastermind, I will hold you accountable to do the next 3 steps. We'll figure out what step to do in what order, and actually build. Will Smith says about building. His dad said when he was building a wall, instead of thinking, oh, well, you're building this wall, it's like go outside with his brother and build 1 brick at a time, lay 1 brick at a time, lay the brick as perfectly as you can, and so when you have a wall. So that's the same principle. Then you want to sign it and date it. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Does that make sense? How are you going to do that? That was a lot, but hopefully it made sense. For the financial freedom, Roman says, be right back. No problem. All right, so what I want to do is say that in this hub, you've got access to the replays. So I've got replays in here. And so what I have done, day 1 is in the Soul Legacy Academy. Right, Soul Legacy Academy, and then the homework that I have for you, and the Canva link and the community as well, where this will all be repurposed, and then you can start your coaching journey. If you purchase the homework, it's $7.77. If you come with me live, obviously you can't come with me live this year, but for 2025, and you're active, you could be in the running to win a 2-hour monthly coaching call that worth $77. If you sign up for my bootcamp or my mastermind while on the masterclass, I will gift you an entire year of coaching. So the vision board challenge is in this community, right? And all of the links and everything that I'm sharing with you to invest is underneath this video. All right, so everything is there. It's organized. The 5-day course, the bootcamp, the investment, the coupon code, I will give you it. If you are interested in the mastermind, there's a free chapter group coaching VIP day, and then I've got testimonials, etc. All of the vision board challenge is in here. All of the daily lives, once we've done this vision board challenge, which today is the last day until 2025, then I come back and I'm live every single day talking about contribution, health, emotions, and every single day talking about not sure why it's not loaded, financial freedom. All right, it is in there. I'm very organized in my business. I visualized, I took 1 step at a time, and today I went live talking about money blocks, right, talking about financial freedom. So if you want to get my help and support and guidance, $7.77, or $77 a month to be in the membership, and there's actual coaching in the membership as well, then go for it. Oh gosh, I've just shut it down, and I didn't mean to, but you get it anyway. I think this is it. Hang on. This is the back end of what I've just shown you, and I can view it as an enrolled student because I hadn't actually finished. Oh gosh, I'm not even sharing my screen. Hang on. Present. Stop screen sharing. Hang on. Present. Was I not sharing my screen the whole time? Okay. Right, share my screen if you didn't see it. So welcome video, and there's the community. Let me see what you can see. The community for the 7 freedoms, which I've just gone in and shared with you, where you'll get everything. The vision board challenge, I don't know if you saw it or it's because I shut down the screen. So the vision board challenge is in here. All the links are underneath the videos in here, to the masterclass, to the 5-day challenge, to the YouTube challenge is versus Facebook challenges if you want to learn how to do a YouTube challenge, to the live Q&A. If you come to the masterclass, I will gift you $111 live Q&A, my book launch videos, my 5-day challenge, my boot camp, all the things to get coaching, to be especially interested in the mastermind. All those things are in there, and I've got testimonials, etc. And then, and I don't know if I'd done this already, I didn't see. And so then Contribution Freedom Monday is in here, and we journal out this on the YouTube podcast. And then this becomes a YouTube podcast. I strip out the audio on and post it onto Spotify and Audible, so you can listen to it. That's the 7 Freedoms Frequency Calling Gym. I think you heard me, but you might not have seen me. And so I hold space for you every single day. And again, all the links are down below. So there's coaching in this, and I love it. Let me just shut down this space is what I wanted to do. Let me see where. All right, cool. So we've got the Facebook group as well. Post in the Facebook group. There are many of you in here, and so this is, I took a screenshot before you guys were in here. I want to see you posting in the Facebook group. Post every single day. So I share about intentional living on the daily lives, and other members have posted their media in here, and I want to see more vision boards in there. Okay, let me shut that down as well. We've got messenger chats if you want to buddy up. I'm organized, like literally go into the messenger chat and get a buddy, bring a buddy in and chat rather than chatting in your normal messenger, chat in the group. So day one is here, the replay for the 7 days. So this now becomes a passive income stream for me all year round. It's not loading. I think I'm just giving it too much to do. But that's day one. And what I've done, and the way that this works, is there's homework, right? So that replay will be there all year. The homework, as in like the chats and the links and stuff that I talked about. And so I gave you the steps there to read your intentional living statement, all of the links that I've shared throughout the whole entire challenge. And then what I have done is I've set up next year, right? So this is a YouTube challenge, and it's also a passive income stream. It says watch on YouTube. Let me show you. I've set up every single day, and I put it in a playlist as well. That's in 350 days, day one, right? It's in on my YouTube channel, got the tags, got the description, it's all set. You've made some changes to your settings. Okay. Right. So all I have to do is change the thumbnail out. Well, no, actually I've got the thumbnail in. I love it. I love using YouTube. So I talk about spiritual YouTubers from scratch, a soul-guided influencers compass to leverage your light work and lifestyle on YouTube. Before I've even done this challenge, the next year is scheduled out. And then you have access to all the replays there. They're in there. They're in a playlist, all right? And we've got the masterclass in there as well. We've got a replay for the masterclass. All links that I'm sharing, everything that I'm sharing is under there. And the homework for the Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge. I've got the quiz, the Prosperity Consciousness quiz. I believe it's in there somewhere. Hang on. Can't see it. Hang on. There you go. In the 7 Freedoms frequency, I believe it's in here. The North Star Journal prompts, guide, how to visualize. Oh gosh, it's jumping. How to visualize what you want and how to get it. All the days, oh, here it is. The Prosperity Consciousness quiz. I think I've got this open in different windows, but there's a quiz here with a handout to actually do that quiz to see where your mind is at. And then there's 7 days of prosperity thinking. I had a 7-day video series way before it was trendy to do them. All right, so I'm going to shut down my Canva because and I'm going to shut down my mind map. And what I will say is, if you have got any money blocks, and if you are like energetically not aligned and you're low vibing, I recommend this. You can write it down, Tapping for $50,000 by Margaret Lynch, right? Tap your way to that 50K. She's had really great results. Then she upped, these are YouTube ads. Then what she did was do a 2-part video. It says Tapping for 50,000 Part 2 by Margaret Lynch. Tap and let me know. If you're a student of mine, we'll do it together. This is another tapping. Find one that you resonate with if you want to. Tapping into 50K months with EFT with Melanie Moore. Use the tool. If you notice on my vision board, I had EFT. This is Brad Yates, Tapping for $1 million, right? There's people out there that want to support us. This is Pixabay. I haven't mentioned this that much, but you can find images to put on your vision board. Images, I like to use the images that are in my life already, not random ones, but you might find some random ones that Like, say if you wanted to run a race, I would rather have a picture of me, like, rather than somebody else running, if that makes sense. I'm going to go faster. So let me see what you can see. Okay, cool. Oh, back end. Sorry, busy over here for Sunday. Oh, yeah, Sundays. Yeah, true. It's cool. Don't know what you missed. So Millionaire, I don't have this book. Do you know what? When I got in the bath, I actually dropped it in the bath, but I've got the Audible version. And I've been to the Millionaire Mind Intensive. That's part of my story. I talk about it in the book. The money jars, managing your money. And so he talks about, T. Harv Eker, the author of it, talks about putting your money in, like, managing it rather than like thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose it when I get it, or what do I do with it? So he says putting an account for a necessities jar, and he tells you how much of your income to put in there after taxes, 55%. And then he talks about, oh gosh, where are have they listed them? Oh, let me see what the jars are. They're listed. I can't remember what they are. Anyway, there's necessities, there's long-term savings from my memory. There is a play jar, etc. If you haven't ever read the 5 Years to Freedom, okay, I've not seen that. If you've never been to the Millionaire Mind Intensive, I love it. And if you've never been read the book, The Millionaire Mind, The Secrets to Wealth or something like that, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, it's called. It's really, really cool. I love it. Purchase it. All right, so verify it's me. Come on. Oh, come on. What I have done is put on my calendar, right? And this is for real, like these intentional living codes, living intentionally, and actually creating that life. Again, I talk about launching, leading, and leaving your soul legacy, and doing it with ease, grace, and flow. So I have tasks on here, birthdays, all the things that I want to actually experience in my life. So if I put today, so I bring in my contribution. Where do I want to be contributing? How? When I'm going to make time to build my spiritual business. Okay, my health. How am I going to be looking after myself? Down to me drinking water. Like, you know how you forget, you get busy. Down to me, but when I open my eyes, it's not at 5 a.m. anymore. I changed it. And so because I was more tired, a lady at 51, I'd get up at 3:33, 4:44, and I'm just not in that season. So I'm getting up more, I'm waking up naturally about 6. Anyway, so Ho'oponopono, I put it at 5:55, angel numbers. Oh my gosh, it's doing mad stuff. And so, so anyway, birthdays, my daughter's birthday, she's not 18, she's going to be 22. Oh, so how would your day look if you put your health freedom in your schedule, your emotional freedom, managing, tapping, spending 5 minutes tapping or 10 minutes tapping? I put all of those videos on a higher speed, like a playback speed. And so I get through it faster and tap faster. And then say for your environment, like what environments are you waking up in? Are you walking in? Are you working in? Are you sleeping in? Are you like going into, like, what events are you, like, what is on your vision board, and how does your life reflect it now? Because your life is the biggest vision board. And if it looks nothing at all like the vision that you have, and you're thinking about the next year, then what steps are going to bridge that gap for you, right? It's those 3 steps that you want to be taking. And so your relationships, date nights, date days, I love it. Who is it that isn't in your life that you want to be in your life? Who is it that's in your life that you don't want to be in your life? How you want to call in your soul clients, you want to call in your students, you want to have those readers, have those viewers, have those people in your coaching. Who are they? Like, when are you going to spend time to reach out to them? When are you going to spend time to do the research? When are you do you know what I mean? Like, receive the money, play the soul income game. We all have 24 hours in a day. And I do this literally on my teaching as well, in the homework and in the 7 Freedoms Frequency Calling Gym, looking at the years, right? So I've had 50, I've been blessed to have 51. I've had a lot of losses in my life. My son made his transition 12 days before his 20th birthday. It gets for real. Like my brother as well, one of my big brothers, he didn't make it past 35, 36, 35. But I don't think he got to his 36th birthday. I think it was 35, 36. It's 20 years ago. And so if I did the maths, I would. And I'm 51. And it's like, wow. So my mum's mum lived till she was 101. My mum is 79. My dad's passed. Like, there's so many people, like, not taking life for granted. So how many of these, and I literally go through the mortality rate of different countries, depending on where you live, your environment is the average statistics. Obviously, we want to surpass them. But really, you know, my sister-in-law just passed 63. So you count 63 of those years. So every day, every week, every month, every year, and every decade, what legacy are you going to be leaving? So every single year, we come back. So this end of December, and then so it's 2024 now, right? December 15th. And so I'm going to come back next year. So we've got 12 of these months, right? 365 of these days to be back here. What are you going to do with them? What did you do with the last year? Like, what did we do with the 2020? Yeah. What did we do for 2021? We thought it'd get better, a bit better. 2022, 23, now it's 24. We're going into 25. Like, is 25 going to be your best year ever? And 26, 27. I've scheduled my business out for 7 years, and people are like, why would you do that? Like, oh my gosh, really? But my videos work for me. I've set up the schedule, like the Q&A, the first Monday to Friday of the month at 7:30 p.m. UK time. My monthly collaboration call, my community call, the first Monday of the month, the 7 Freedoms, first Monday of the month at 3 p.m. UK time. The collaboration call, first Monday of the month at 9 p.m. UK time. I do a lot on the first Monday of the month. Do you know why? Because I want to batch my time. I don't want to spread it all out in the year. When I do the mastermind, it's the 2 middle Tuesdays and Thursdays of the month. When I do my summit, it's the 2 middle Wednesdays of the month at 9 a.m., 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. My contribution, I'm very clear. I'm very clear. So I've been taking those actions, right? Let's talk about Brian Tracy. So Brian Tracy talks about, again, he's got a free webinar, Learn Brian Tracy's 4-step process to become a professional speaker. We have an enrollment spot. I'm going to talk about the 1-page plan. You have an enrollment spot. You have an invitation. You put out content. Author is an author, as an article. He's got loads of books. And then you invite people to come and work with you for free, and then make them an offer, right? And so anyway, I'll talk about it more in the masterclass because I'll dive into it. So the millionaire mindset to achieve financial independence. So Brian Tracy says, and I talk about this on the masterclass, he talks about that oftentimes we create a program from in our head, and then we get miffed when, he didn't say that, when we get miffed when nobody wants to buy it. Instead of creating it from in your head, you create it with people. And that's on a beta. Right, rather than like inviting the people that you're going to serve without me knowing who it is that I'm serving, without having spoken to clients, without having gotten results for clients, without having gotten results for myself. I don't need to be doing a webinar. You get results on the back end, and then you have case studies on your webinar. And I have my first ever webinar in the bonuses for the masterclass. You'll see my first ever webinar I have where I talked about students that had got results before I did the webinar. Often people go, well, I'll just do a webinar or a masterclass and I'll just sell my stuff. And there's a process to it, and I share it in my bootcamp, how all these things are entwined, how doing one step, then the next step, then the next step, but you're doing it in a certain way. Okay. So the millionaire mindset to achieve financial freedom. And I'm not going to read this, but I will put the link in the homework for you, or just write it down and YouTube it, Google it, sorry. So to obtain the type of financial independence you've been dreaming about all your life, you must learn to develop a millionaire mindset, a prosperity consciousness, right? Thomas Stanley and William Danko in The Millionaire Next Door, I've got that book, I haven't read it actually, explained that the most wealthy people, self-made millionaires, drive used cars, live in average neighborhoods, wear average price clothes and watches, and very careful with their money. They manage their money. It's like, well, when I get to be a millionaire, I'm going to do blah, 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 blah. No, you don't. In addition, very few of them buy boats, recreational vehicles, second homes, airplanes, invest in expensive vacations. And they point out those who look rich and those who are rich is different. He says, your job is to be one of those people who are genuinely rich rather than those who spend a lot of money and have very little in the bank. Love that. Develop a millionaire mindset. Truly wealthy people develop the habit of getting rich slow rather than getting rich quick. Right? So you're not on like this marathon, right? Well, marathon, yeah, not on the sprint. To assure this, there are 2 rules with regard to money. Rule number 1, don't lose money. Don't lose a vibrational money voucher. Rule number 2, if you ever feel tempted, refer back to rule 1, don't lose money. So develop habits of wealthy people. So you might want to go through this, like wealthy people never trust luck. Wealthy people cover their assets. Do your homework. The habit of carefully considering every expenditure. So Financial Freedom Sundays is that time where we're spending our vibrational money voucher, but we're also looking at what is going out and what is coming in. I have an alarm on my phone that says like my tax return, or it says like checking remember, like what you track and how you contribute in the world, how you receive that financial freedom, you're contributing. If you don't have the financial freedom, you're not contributing. It's as simple as that. Like, learn to contribute. I'm just saying. Achieve financial independence slowly, excuse me, etc., etc. That's a pretty good read, but I don't have time to read it all. So what did we say? Oprah gives her masterclass on A Wrinkle in Time. And so, is it A Wrinkle in Time? Yeah, A Wrinkle in Time. She talks about vision boards, and she's asked, the interviewer asks her about vision boards, and she says that she knows that Oprah knows that she needs to just match the vibration. She doesn't even need the vision board now. And I remember first doing vision boards on Oprah's like website. She just knows that you've got to be at the frequency, not lower, not higher, just at the vibrational frequency. Do you love that? I love that. I've got a couple more windows to share, and then we're probably going to have about 25 minutes, 20 minutes if I can get it done. And then we're good. That is the back end of this, the Vision Board Challenge, just so you know. That's how you create a course. All right. Okay. Oh, hang on. That took me a minute to get, but I did challenges with people and I learned so much more. You mean serving with people rather than serving in your head? I trust Brian Tracy. He's created lots of different things. And I know that I've created a stronger course. Now, in my boot camp, in the Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint, Author and Authority Media Program, I talk about 6 steps that I use. Let me just stop being distracted. And you will see my first ever boot camp that I did. Oh my gosh, I don't even know how long ago. A long time ago. 2015, 16, I think. And so I did it twice in beta, and I charged different price points. And so on my first ever webinar, and I'll show you where I first started because I'm not there. And so like I mentioned about Regan Hillier on my live today with Money Blocks, that Regan Hillier was being interviewed on Mind Valley on the YouTube channel. And he was saying that some people often ask the wrong questions, like, oh, where are you? What are you doing now? Like, where is Beyonce? Rather than saying, where did you start? How did you bust your chops? And Regan Hillier charges $1 million per client, right, per year. And she didn't start there. She started with charging $300 for 12 weeks, one-on-one, twice a week. And she said it was the best $300 that she made. I have students that are like, no, I don't want to charge so little, or I want to just pretend I know everything. And she didn't. She said, this is my first go around, and she worked for free as well. She bust her chops. She didn't start at charging $1 million. Doesn't make even sense. Like, it's not a fair energy exchange of money. You wouldn't purchase your course for $1 million. I wouldn't purchase my course for $1 million. Like, I'm not there. But what I would do is purchase it for 10 times the value that I ever offer. Do you know what I mean? So for me, you'll see my and I share this on the masterclass, you'll see my first ever boot camps. And the beta and the focus and orientation day, and how students, I didn't have a ton of students on there, but I had enough. And I built my business with real students. It matters. And I know it's strong because my students have got results. You use it or you lose it. Absolutely. Yes, learning to create after testing with real people instead of just our own ideas. Because usually when we're in our head, it's not even the thing anyway. It's not the thing that people want. And I tell you why I ended up doing the 50 breakthrough sessions at Serve is because I was offering students breakthrough sessions. I'd gone through some that I didn't really like from other people. They were super salesy and I was like, oh, I don't want to do that. And so I was offering them, and then I got my students into my boot camp and I said, okay, we're going to create a course. Go out and offer your sessions and then we'll enroll people and then blah, blah. And they were like, okay, you can hear it in my first ever focus day. And Dana was one of my students, and she said, oh, and I said, is everybody good? Expecting everybody to just go out and do a session. And she's like, well, I'm figuring how to structure my breakthrough session because she hadn't done one in the way that they'd all experienced one from me. So I was like, okay, I can help with that. And so I showed the first ever version of, via mind map, of it was called the Purpose to Profit system. 6 steps to repurposing, profiting, and presenting from your virtual courses. The big money boot camp it was. Now it's now the SoulLegacy Launch Blueprint. Same system, but I've evolved. And so I said, oh, I can help with that. So I literally show how I did the sessions, give scripts, give what have you. And I still do that to today. And you'll see the testimonials on SoulLegacyTV. It's still the same, but I don't look at the scripts. And I will go, okay, this is the experience that I want. Now it's a 2-hour monthly coaching, 2-hour call, sorry. It's a spiritual business breakthrough session, and I offer it to my masterminders. I did do it for free. I got scrappy when I came back online. I never ask anybody to do anything that I wouldn't do. We do them for free over 50 days, see how many you can get done. Back then, my students were doing 50 and 28 days. I asked them, should we do 100? Should we do 20? Should we 25? Should we? And we settled on 50 in 28 days. One of my students did her challenge, and she did I think it was 30 sessions in 1 month. And she was just reporting in like she wasn't new in business, and she just did them because it's serving. I love it. I absolutely love it. All right. Let me share the last pieces of what I've got for you. And I want to share actually really quickly. Do you mind if I share where I actually started before I share the last screens I'm at? So this was, let me share this. This was where I first started, and this was the seeds of what I do now. How to sell your services without selling your soul. Does that sound like me? I wanted to learn, how do I sell my services without selling my soul? We teach what we need to learn the most. Iona's 10-step proven vision plan to reach expert status, spiritual business mastery for non-guru status. Look at me, the big vision and mission purposepreneur. I made that up. It's all about purpose at www.soulsatisfyingprosperity.com. It's not that now, but that's where I started. Like literally, that is where I started. And I want to shut that down if I can find it, because I want to show you other ones. Hang on. I'm going to shut that down. Hang on. I don't even think I can. Hang on. I'm going to show you others in where that's where I started. Does that look crazy? That looks crazy. It just, I'm like shocked when I look through my stuff, but it's fun for me to look through it. You love that title, do you? It's fun for me to look back through them and show you that I wasn't always where I am, but the seeds of whatever it is that you are creating and whatever it is that you're moving through, this was called the VIP mentoring gym. Now you notice I say the 7 Freedoms Frequency call-in gym, right? This is Prosperity Mind. Central Purpose was my online mentoring community. It's still about purpose. I got the vision and the download that it would be a central hub. This is Members Areas 3 Prosperity Corner, Vision Breakthroughs, Life Purpose, and Manifesting Prosperity. Do you know what? Nobody was really in there. I got 5 clients in there. I had a session from someone and they said, like their team had given me a really salesy session, and I was like, I'm not impressed by that. And then she said, well, it might be you, go out and get your first 5 clients. And I was like, well, how do I do that? And that's when I ended up doing the sessions. And I got 5 clients that had gone through the Prosperity Corner. This is the book that I had first. And this is what books used to look like. My book doesn't look like that now. But I never finished writing this book. But I go back to some of the lessons in that. As I wrote my book, I went back to this. It's called The Prosperity Code, the Intentional Living Codes, right? So the intentional living codes. So it says A to Z keys to manifesting soul satisfying prosperity. I need to figure that out. So it says the UK's leading vision and life purpose business coach. That was the next version of it, right? Like, do you love it? Hang on. I'm going to see if I can just stop screen sharing those. I'm just going to share with you, just because like I've been talking quite a lot. I've got a couple of more teachings, but I wanted to share with you. So Robin says, I love that title. That too, being open to expansion. What I started with evolved. It's not always a one and done deal. Exactly. And so I'm sharing with you because I didn't start where I am now, and people look at me and they go, oh, she knows this and this. So this was the 3-part prosperity vision setting training course, and I was so nervous to deliver this. I didn't even do it. And now it is in the 7 Freedoms Frequency Calling Gym and that membership area. It's lit. But I bought this. I bought the prosperity program, an in the box program. It was somebody else's program, right? And I know now that when you do a program that isn't yours, you don't necessarily feel that great about it. You've got to be really in alignment with it. But I bought private label right stuff, and I've made it my own. That one I couldn't really make my own that much. So this was, I think it's Soul Satisfying Prosperity virtual group. What does it say? Connect, co-create, collaborate with like-minded, helping professionals, service-based business owners, and spiritual business owners. Still similar, light-minded, as in a light bulb, light-minded, beacon of light. And I still say connect, co-create, and collaborate and cross-promote, right? Still the seeds. That's what I stand for, central purpose. Look at these videos. That is what Facebook used to look like. And it says, determine your major definite purpose. What have I been doing? This is how long it took me to figure it out, dude. Set your financial prosperity goal, co-create a divine plan, and get implementation support so that, I haven't read this for years, so that you can raise your vibration, be in service in the world in a much bigger way. Watch my free virtual class, How to Sell Your Services Without Selling Your Soul. Right? Look at the state of that. And that picture I took in just like on my Mac. Like, I don't have a professional lot of pictures. I'm gonna still keep sharing. Is this interesting for you? Is this helpful? The seeds and the branding and the what have you is different. Do you know the quiz that I shared? I don't know if you were on here then, Robin. The 7-day prosperity thinkers series. This was 2011. We're in 2024. Like, that is how long. And I was doing this, and then I ended up going through a really messy divorce. My home was repossessed, and I was in the homeless place listening to this. Right? So external circumstances, you will break through. You will keep going, keep going, keep going. It isn't about having it yesterday, but now you can have a coach, you can have a mentor that actually has been through the things that I'm sharing. Like, this is not, people say, oh, you know, it didn't work for me yesterday. Like, dude, are you serious? 3-part, I bought that. And I say, I was the vision coach, right? Vision boards. Make your own visionboard.com. I always say this. I say, I started with, hang on, I have to stop screen sharing every time I actually share the screen. So forgive me for putting this up like this, but I want to share the journey. Every single piece of my business, you can see the seeds in it. Now, for the masterclass, I share my cheat sheet, right? For the Soul Tribe Income Attraction Model with the Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint. It started as a purpose to profit system. I said I took my beta students through that. 6 steps for repurposing, presenting, and profiting from your virtual courses. This is a 6-step system. Step 1, tribe avatar profile. Now it's soul tribe avatar profile. Step 2, tribe transformational funnel. Now it's soul tribe transformational funnel. Step 3, tribe to user opt-in offering. Now it's soul tribe to user opt-in offering. But I've up-leveled the steps, right? Step 4, tribe attraction partners, soul tribe attraction partners. You can have a look at the SoulLegacyAcademy.com for real. Step 5, tribe engagement management. I'm laughing because I'm like, universe, really? Soul tribe, you come full circle. Soul tribe engagement plan. Tribe community management, soul tribe community management. There was the Purpose to Profits breakthrough session. Right now it's the one-to-one spiritual business breakthrough session, spiritual business success breakthrough session. And it's only for masterminders because I bust my arse, right? And so Kai Ashley says, Iona Meade helped me really see the best direction for me to go in. I was at the fork in the road in a direction. Can you see that? Hang on, let me make it a little bit bigger. I'll try. Oh Lord. Hang on. Can you see it? Hang on. At a fork in the road in a direction to work with people that were not my ideal clients. But Iona asked me powerful questions, powerful and insightful questions, clearly leading me to find the answers I needed myself. She gave me an important piece of the puzzle. She helped me to see how easy it would be to create an online program, and enroll people in it as well. I felt so inspired. As the funny thing is, I had a big list of ways I could help people and make money from it. And this was on my list, but it seemed so big. I didn't acknowledge that option. I hadn't told Iona about this list. She totally tuned in to what I needed, spelled it out step by step, exactly what I could do. I'm now running my own online program to help inspire spiritual entrepreneurs to release their fears and believe in themselves. It has been my dream to do this. And if it wasn't for Iona, I would still be wondering exactly how. Now I'm truly helping people to get and getting wonderful feedback. And I owe so much of this to Iona's guidance and wisdom. She's so caring and genuine, and she really knows what to do. She helped me to level up, so I am serving my purpose even more, which truly means the world to me. I'm deeply grateful. Thank you, Iona, with all my heart. Hello. And that was my my enrollment page. And now you'll see that enrollment page is basically on the Soul Legacy Academy. And it used to be the Soul Speakers Academy, right? And so Dana said, if I could sum up in one sentence what Iona has done for me, she took me out of my head into taking inspired action. I'd spent so long just reading about how to find my ideal client and what it takes to create programs and courses. But I never heard such doable steps given to me from someone who just seemed to genuinely care about me. Everything Iona does comes from a place of being in total service and truly deeply caring about her clients. Just from our first session together, I was able to get so much clarity on who I'm meant to serve and how. She made it so simple, and I went from struggling to find people interested in what I do to attracting and manifesting more potential clients and new projects in just a few short weeks than I've been in the last few months. I now have clear plans to hold my video vision workshop and build my online course for and with beautiful conscious entrepreneurs who really need it. Something I have been dreaming about. It's as if she's opened a floodgates for my business and gave me the push I needed to step into my purpose as the video vision mentor. There are no words for how grateful I am. Danielle says, Iona, you are the most open-hearted, loving and generous person I know. You've helped me so much in so many ways, from technology to getting clearer about what my business stands for and the difference I can make with my clients. I appreciate all your sharing and caring so that I may be successful in my life as well as my business. There you go. You bring clarity, insight and rigor to the process. Thank you for being so supportive and genuine in your support. Isabel says, I'm currently participating in the Soul Speakers 101 program, and let me tell you, it's amazing. So much information and support in one program. Step by step, I'm becoming clearer on how to connect with myself and my tribe. It's definitely a transformational program. And then Jessie says, it's funny, Iona, when I think about it, you're not the first who's given me the advice to talk to existing clients to gather information I've even tried to do a bit, but the huge shift from you was your suggestion to simply have a conversation, not build a list. You opened it up to my friends. I think you also gave me focus, ask questions and look for the common answers, but also to listen to the things that I know that my clients' friends don't know and never once have been told to look at it that way before. What it is that I now know, and it comes easily to me, that the large percentage of the rest of the world doesn't know. Epiphany. And that's what I looked like back then, right? All my branding, all my things, all the things. Does that help? Like, this isn't a new rodeo for me at all. I'm going to keep going, and then I'm going to wrap up in about, say, 10, 20 minutes. Robin says, did you say anything else? I don't think so. Hang on. Okay. Yes, it's helpful. I think we have skewed the idea of how the process works. I think so. I think, and hopefully when I send, and the reason why I'm doing this is because I think I did this already, but I'll share it anyway. Fearlessly receiving. Remember when I said fearless receiving mode? Fearless receiving financial prosperity for helping professionals. An emergency handbook for service-based business owners. Look at that. Soul satisfying prosperity next exit. That is like funny. The UK's leading life purpose. And again, like literally, like we do get the process. Like all of these things, all of the titles, and I love the titles that I choose. And if you see what it is that I actually do and how it is that I support my students, the Prosperity Corner, when memberships were a thing, the Prosperity Code. And so I know that many of my students, nearly every single one of them, want to build a membership site. And they're like, let me just put information like Brendan Burchard talked about the Millionaire Messenger and how you make $1 million charging $97 a month for 1,000 people. It used to be lit. It's not now. Do you know why? Because people want more than information. They want to actually be supported. You see how people say how generous I was? That was in my beta program. They got results in my beta program. Let me just share. I've got about 2 more things to share. And Robin, I think you're going to like this one. Oh, hang on. This one is the self-nurturing zone, and there's one called the self-center. I won't share anymore. Oh, I will share with you how my summit started. Hang on. This is how my summit started. You know, I've been sharing the Spiritual Awakening summit. This is how it started. It started with this idea of how to fulfill your life's purpose and get paid in the process. This is when teleseminars were a thing. If you have no clue, my number 1 divine intervention virtual event was on Google Hangouts. It doesn't even exist anymore. Teleseminars, nobody even uses teleseminars. We get on Zoom. Like, it's like 49 industry experts. So the 49 has been with me for a really, really, really long time. And I'm going to shut down all of those things. I'm going to give you a tiny little bit more teaching, and then we're going to hop off for this entire year. All right. So I've got so many things open. I would just want to shut them down and then share my screen. Is that helpful? I'm going to share the 1-page plan that evolved from me actually working with those clients. I created a beta program. All right. And I've got a mastermind one there as well. Is that helpful? Yeah, the self-nurturing zone. And I had another one, the self-nurturing zone and something else. But I didn't want to keep on sharing because there was a lot there. But I love it. I absolutely love it. I trusted, I visualized, I took soul-guided action. In Think and Grow Rich, he says, and I work with a Think and Grow Rich mentor. And that's where the bank 50K in 50 days came, because I was like, well, in order to have my bank conversion, I want to earn £600,000 in a year. I didn't have anybody modeling that for me. People think I'm crazy in my world, in my visible world. And so in Think and Grow Rich, when my mentor, he supported me, and in Think and Grow Rich, it says, move before you're ready. You don't sit there and just get ready. You move before you're ready. And I teach my students that, and I'm like, just move, just do the lives, just do the sessions, just do the what have you. You get that confidence by doing the thing, F-bomb. You get that confidence by doing the thing. It's, you don't get, Iona, you're so confident on camera. I feel that energy. I was terrified. I was literally terrified. The reason why I created my bootcamp the way that I did is because, like some people do create live. Robin, you did this. You created it live. You were doing the teaching, and people were on your teaching, and then they asked Q&A. I wasn't even confident enough to do that. I was like, I'm going to do the training, and then because I don't want to do the teaching and the training at the same time, at the Q&A at the same time. So I did the teaching and then did separate Q&A, and that became my 12-week boot camp. It became teaching, then Q&A, teaching, then Q&A, teaching, then Q&A. That is why I did it, and I still do that now, but I do a different version, an up-leveled version of it. Does that make sense? Like we get it absolutely twisted. All right, I'm going to go through a couple more things, and I will respect your time, but I don't want to hold back. I want to share everything because this is not going to happen for another year. All right, so here is the #1 Divine Intervention virtual event, and I've recently shut this YouTube channel down, but this is where it started, that interview series, right? Look, Soul Path Alignment after 40. What did I just create yesterday? Oh gosh, honestly. So the #1 Divine Intervention virtual event, sharing soul-inspired, intuitive business, lifestyle, and marketing strategies for purpose-driven business owners. I have failed forward so much and dragged my backside along. And when people go, Iona, you share so much. Oh gosh, it's a lot. I'm like, you try piecing it all together then on your own. Now, Robin, I was looking up multi-interests and multi-passions. And for those of you who are multi-passionate and have lots of things and want to put them under one umbrella. So people say that they have like crochet, drawing, watercolor, journaling, gaming, YouTubing, fashion, all the things that people are actually, they say, it's called ADHD. But you might have lots of things that you want to put under one umbrella. I teach you that. I'm not even sure of what is on these, but I'm just going to go from. Post your vision boards in the group, use the invite button and invite people in to do this with you. There are people that are here to be in service. Look, Women Over 40 in Spiritual Business Network, collab online and in person. Yes, more members coming in. Invite. I did the, thank you, Robin, for loving that. And you know what? When you have certain people in, it'll only tell you that Facebook, is wonky. Only a certain percentage see your posts. With YouTube, they want to get your post in front of people. I'm telling you, get the book and learn. I'm just saying. All right. Money. 444. So this guy, Ken Honda, talks about the lesson of money. Money is just energy. Lesson 1, money is just energy. Money has 2 sides. How you feel about money will depend on what it is that you experience. It's just energy. We say it, but then we're like wonky about it. I can't remember what. Money has value, money and relationships. You're not being a slave to money. Right, watch this. It's called 3 Principles That Made Me Abundant. Oh, and his stuff is quite cool. Compassionate friends, being able to tithe. Rich house, poor house. Part of my mission, excuse me, let me have a drink. I've been talking for a while, and literally I'm just going to whiz through these windows, and then we'll hop off. The Rich House, Poor House is a TV program. I've mentioned this loads of times in the UK, and I watched it and I said to my daughter, "Me, you need to watch this." And she's like, "Mum, I've been watching this for years." And so basically the idea, Rich House, Poor House, think of a poverty consciousness versus a prosperity consciousness. It's 2 different families, excuse me, that are, excuse me, that are the opposite ends of the wealth divide. That's what they say in the UK. The bottom 10% and the top 10%. Now they swap homes, which also means they swap lifestyles, which also means that they experience different things. They experience a different life, and their children, their loved ones experience a different life. All families from all walks of life, all dynamics of family, from single parents to married couples to gay, what have you, whatever you want to call it, right? So when they swap homes, the idea is to say, does money buy you happiness? We know it doesn't buy you happiness, but what they absolutely do is know that each home finds that they share similar values, but their value and their feeling around money is very different. The ones that go from the poor house to the rich house actually like anxiety ridden about spending their money. They're so in the habit of like, we don't have it, we can't buy passports, we can't go on holiday, we can't buy our children clothes or toys or whatever it is. Excuse me. Excuse me. Hang on. Let me just cough. I've been talking all week, right? Like they want to have experiences like horse riding or hobbies or live in a different area or live in a different home. Like some people are sharing bedrooms, or they've only got one bathroom compared to 6 bathrooms when you've got like 6-7 people living in your house. And so it's a very different experience of life, like living in poverty versus living in prosperity. And either way, it's okay as long as you're happy. But when the people go from the rich house to the poor house, they realize like they want to show their children not to take it for granted, and they remember where they came from and their dreams and their aspirations, self-made millionaires, and what they have as disposable income each week. The poor house like have, I don't know, maybe $100-200, and the rich house have like 2,000-3,000 after expenses. So what often happens is for the poor house, some life be lifing, the car will break down or something will happen. But the ones in the rich house, sometimes they'll do something to make money, like they'll run out of money, or they'll be putting the money in the electric meter or whatever it is, or like be really struggling. Because they've got a different mindset, they're like, let's take the kids, we'll go wash cars, let's do volunteering, well, let's do this and this. And they've got money like from that. Like when we are thinking like if we're in the poor house, I'm definitely in the poor house, right? I gave up my home. Versus the rich house that I've got on my barn in barn conversion. So, but my mind isn't in thinking in the poor house. Your mind can't be there. Your mind and your vision on your vision board has got to already plant you in where it is that you want to be. Does that make sense? And be living the life vibrationally that you want to manifest. In order for those to get out of the poor house, oftentimes they get mentored by the people in the rich house, and they help them and they give them their training and their mindset and their beliefs, and they transition before they move out of that poor house and progress. They're thinking differently. Their mind is expanded. Does that make sense? My vision with the Soul Legacy movement is to have my students move from the bottom 10% to the top 10%, right, of income earners, wherever you are in the world. That's my vision, and have a happy house, right? For me, it's really important to have a happy house. My daughter's like, Mum, I miss our happy house. Our house was a happy house. When I was fostering, we had a happy house. That's what I left the children with. And we when I was fostering, the children and I were living through the intentional living codes. So I haven't got much more to share. T. Harv Eker, Millionaire Minds, he says, your income can only grow to the extent that you do. Are you willing to grow? Yes. Robin Sharma says, to double your net worth, double your self-worth. I went to the Millionaire Mind Intensive. I was looking for my arrow that I broke, and I didn't feel worthy. When my house was being repossessed, when I was going through a messy divorce. Now I'm on that journey of, building, hosting another YouTube channel around dating, around relationships, around marriage, and because I'm in a very different space and place. And all of that breakdown and those awakenings have prepared me for now. Wherever you are, it's in preparation for where it is that you're going, right? It might feel like ouch, but you're okay. To double your net worth, double your self-worth, because you will never exceed the height of your self-image. So feeling worthy is the key to that money. All right. So that's the 1 week to create a badass, and that's the prosperity consciousness quiz that I have in there. And this is I purchased the In the Box coaching program from Terry Levine because I didn't know what to offer, but this is really cool. It's really cool. The quote is, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And I will tell you that the assessment was created in 2006, and I can't remember when I had it. A long time ago, anyway. A long time ago. And the second, it's got a score of your beliefs, your thoughts, where you're lacking. Do that, and then set a year to come back and do it again. Robin, I know that you had done that. So this 1-page plan, you can access it. If when it's in my book, that's what my book is written about. And so I'm talking about aligning your movement, your message, and your money with these 4 stages of marketing. You have an enrollment spot and you have the back end of your business, so you're able to bank 50K in 50 days and know your angel numbers. $55, $555, $5,555. We offer different price points, so we're not outpricing people, but we're also not outpricing ourselves, and we're able to receive that financial freedom. In the middle of the enrollment spot is my 7-day challenge, the YouTube challenge, and daily live streams. I've shown you it all week, and then my masterclass, live and on replay. The first stage is about Facebook groups or social media groups. The second stage is going out there and getting featured, YouTube ads, then YouTube videos. It's lit. I love the model. We're not doing all the things at once. We do one thing, one stage at a time, and we don't move to the next stage until we've actually got that thing handled. Like we've served enough to get the testimonials to actually go out there and get featured. And when we're talking about being featured, we're talking about the book that we're writing. We're talking about the system that we've got, and we're offering an affiliate commission to those that are featuring us, a 50% affiliate commission. I have that in my Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint, my self-paced program. I offer a $250 commission. You can also apply to be an affiliate if you want to, if you're enrolled. It's for students, excuse me. Excuse me, that's my soul signature system. Right, and this is a directory which I teach my students for the second stage. But first of all, you want to get your program handled, make that money, feel good about it, then go out there. You don't just go out there, and I'm telling you. So step 4, I talk about this, and again, I talked about Dana and helping her actually be featured on my Dive Social Summit. It was amazing. And so as we go and we build our media kit, going out there, getting featured in Facebook groups, YouTube, podcasts, television, radio, articles, magazines, summits, TED Talks. I know you want to be featured. I know you have a movement inside of you. I know you want to be out there, but we build the back end of our business first, right? And if you want to be positioned as an author and an authority, I share in the book and I share on the masterclass, and I share that you can become a co-author in my co-author book series, which I will help you to actually position yourself with credibility in order for people to actually be listening to what it is that you have to say, right? So this is the Soul Legacy Academy. There's the co-author book, my book as well. My programs are based on my book, and my book is based on my program. So when I'm talking and I'm going out there and I'm getting featured, I'm saying, hey, you know, purchase the book on Amazon. There's a 5-day course inside it. This is the 5-day course that's inside it, valued at $55. Right, and I think that's the next screen. No, it's not, but I'm going to go to that next screen. Hang on. And if I'm going to start talking on here, if you go through this challenge, Robin's got her YouTube challenges. Robin, I've still got them on there. If you leave a review for this book, or for the challenge that goes inside the book, so I had a student leave a review. She says, "This is perfect for self-study. I'm able to take my time to set up everything I never knew I needed for my media kit, the best it can be for my unique vision. I love the Soul Legacy Academy and all that Iona Meade teaches. I would be lost without this information." And I put that on the back of my book. If you leave a review, you purchase the book, then you don't have to purchase the book if you don't want to, but I give you this course. If you leave a review, I will gift you my 1 week to create a movement marketing media kit, where the Trello board, that's a whole process in and of itself. I have another YouTube challenge on my YouTube channel. I've shown you it all week. I can do that because it's training. I have three YouTube challenges, one inside my book, this one, this vision board challenge, and my MMMK. And then I have Q&A. I have calls to conversation rather than calls to action, right? And so this YouTube challenge shares with you a 5-day fast track movement marketing. If you have a movement inside of you, I say take my soul path of least resistance and go from spiritual awakening to spiritual alchemy. Day 1, we talk about getting clarity, serving marketing versus salesy marketing. I know for a fact, in order to achieve financial freedom, you're not going to achieve it by the salesy tactics that are out there. You're just not, it's not in alignment with your values, your North Star values. We talk about topics on day 2. We talk about naming your program. Like, I love naming stuff. And then we talk about planning out your year, and then we talk about your channel trailer. That's $55. It's worth it. I've taken students through it. I have the Global Networking Hub, where I invite ambitious spiritual coaches, earth angels, authors, and entrepreneurs to come, connect, co-create, and collaborate. You saw that, right? And off social media every single month, and go through this challenge again. It's a YouTube challenge. What is a movement marketing media kit? What is an author platform? What is an authority platform? What is an author and authority bio look like? Sharing your spiritual awakening story, being interviewed as Regan Hillier was, taking her book on a virtual book tour, and joint vision partnerships, which in all honesty, I've got to go and recreate that. And then next year is scheduled out. This happens live on the 3rd week in September. I have created my business, so I leverage my Lightwork and lifestyle on YouTube. I'm not creating a YouTube channel just for the heck of it. And this is inside the hub. There's the call that you can schedule on. The call happens on the first Monday of the month. We've got 5 hubs here, right? So 1 week to create a movement marketing media kit challenge. Day 1, it's inside. When I teach on my YouTube channel, I'm teaching as though I'm speaking to my students. I'm teaching as though people have already invested with me, because it's education marketing. Here is the vision board challenge. And then here's next year. Here's this one for real. It is. This is Mondays, right? And this is next year. Hang on. 20 December. Look, it'll say live in 350 days. The same with the movement marketing media kit challenge. This was September, and then next September 2025. I think it's just frozen on me. Next September 2025, it should. Oh, it's here. Right? 273 days. Like, leverage your Lightwork and lifestyle and do it with YouTube. Actually have people, like, just get the book and it will explain. The co-author book series is in here. And then, as I mentioned, Robin, what did you try to get on today? The daily lives, they're in here. The daily lives, it's Financial Freedom Sunday. This was the live from earlier on today in the hub. I didn't want to have like, oh, where are my links? Where are the links, Iona? Where's this? Where's that? It's like they're in the hub. While I'm on the beach, while I'm wherever, you can have whatever it is that you need. It's education, marketing, and everything that is in there, you're going to need it. In order to create a joint vision partnership, you need to be clear on your vision. In order to go out there and get featured, having a media kit positions you as a professional. Right, and then we come to the monthly calls and collab. We've got a community in there. Everything's in there. This is the calendar. When I said my business is scheduled out for 7 years, really. So if you want to build a business where it's not just working one to many, this is the video visibility challenge that Robin took, and she stopped lurking. There's the instructions for it. Be visible. Introduce yourself via video. Here's the Canva template for your media kit. And if you want to be a co-author, we'll put the co-author book, or you'll put your own book on it. and go out and get featured. This is free. I've invested. Do you know how long it took me? A long time, right? A long time. And I'm giving it to you. And in between the monthly call, see, I had those on there already. In between the monthly call, the collaboration call, you can get ready for the call. So you're presenting yourself and you're collaborating and you're inviting other people in. And I'm holding space for you. And I share about the co-author book series in there. The co-author book series is a bonus for my boot campers. The bootcamp link is in there. The upgraded Q&A is in there. The focus and orientation day for the bootcamp and the mastermind is in there. First Monday of the month at 1 p.m. UK time. There's a free chapter group coaching VIP day in there if you want to come into my mastermind. So the mastermind is, I have a beta until the 50 spots are taken or a certain date. And when the date is done, you'll just invest. It's $555. No, $5,555. Yeah, excuse me. There's 18 spots. I'd love to have you in there. It's full pay, $2,500 or 11 payments of $250 or the usual investment of $5,000 full pay or 10 monthly payments of $555 for 12-month access. If you know it's going to take you a while, you can have 2 years access for $444. Love my angel numbers. 3 years access for 30 payments of $333 for 3 years access in the mastermind. You know that it's taken a while. This is something that's investing in your business. And when you're earning money, when you're investing in something in your business, you can write it off as a tax expense in most countries. All right. So this is the collab. Again, like the co-author collab on Fridays at 3 p.m. UK time. All right. So it's set for the last Friday of the month. Come if you want to be a co-author. I share what is in the co-author book series, how I bonus it, all the categories that we've been going through throughout the week for contribution, health, emotion, environment, relationships, spirituality, and finances. If you've gone through an awakening, which you probably have, that has triggered you to be in spiritual business, I would love for you to share a spiritual awakening story so that you can actually support your soul tribe and you can share with them. Listen, like I said, I've been a co-author of 3 co-author books, right? I don't have them there. I showed you that already. Let me just say, register for the masterclass. I don't know why this goes up here, but Kate and Gina have been on the masterclass and loved it. So this should be Kate's testimonial for the masterclass for the Rank 50K in 50 days. I will teach you how to speak to, serve, and sign up your high-paying one-to-many soul clients via video. You have masterclass bonuses. Everything is in there. It's lit. You have a free chapter of my book. You have the homework, Rank 50K in 50 days. You can download the masterclass slides. And I remember I said that we've got the guide in there. We've got testimonials. My first ever episode on my YouTube channel, Launching, Leading, and Leaving Your Soul Legacy with Ease, Grace, and Flow on this YouTube channel. My first ever webinar, November 2015. You'll hear that those students were on there. That's when it was. The cheat sheet, the old cheat sheet, my old session, you can have a chapter of one of the co-author books, Rising Above Adversity. My interview, How to Fulfill Your Life's Purpose and Get Paid in the Process, was in 2014. My daughter interviewed me to kick off that summit, and then a tribute to my son. And if you have found value, please do donate to Cruise Bereavement Care. I'm nearly done. There's the link to the upgrade. If you've got Q&A, you're going to have Q&A. You're going to have questions. Get your questions answered. Again, those over 5 days. Then the template, the Media Kit collab call. I've gone over these already. If you are curious about, okay, what are you doing, Iona? You're doing these YouTube challenges. You said you've got 3. Within the 5-day challenge that goes, this is inside it goes inside the book. I talk about YouTube challenges versus Facebook challenges. I give you a 2-hour training. You can get this on preview, or you can purchase the book and go through it. And then I do Q&A on the first Monday of the month at 6 to 6:30 p.m. UK time. Again, scheduled out, right? Like, get the Q&A, because I know that you're going to have Q&A. So I've segment intended my life. I've scheduled out my life and my business. I can hand it over to team. But this looks like, oh, she's got a lot of calls, but there's not that many. There's not that many. So the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network is what I'm building. This is my bootcamp. You can invest in this today. Go to the Soul Legacy Academy, where it says 12-week bootcamp, bestselling authors, $555. There are payment plans for that. The payment plans are, this is where you've got student testimonials as well. There's Dana's testimonial. So let me see. It is $555 regular price, full pay. In the 5-day challenge, I give a $55 coupon code. So if you do want to do full pay, you can actually get it for $500. If you want to bring somebody in as a soul accountability body, you can full pay, and I will gift you a scholarship. I'll gift a friend a scholarship. Go through it. Like I can, because it's a passive income stream for me. And so I give 50% commission to those who feature me as well. Why? Because it's a passive income stream. So there's a budget payments of $277.50. There's 10 payments of $55, affordable payments, or 5 easier payments of $111. Sorry. Just do it and come on the focus day, the focus and orientation day on the first Monday of the month. This is in here. I've got a replay of the focus and orientation days that I've already done and some videos that I recommend. This happens on the first Monday of the month at 1 p.m. UK time. Whenever you are watching this, come and enroll, and I will see if you are a soul match as a co-author. Regardless, you're going to get the 6 steps in the cheat sheet, which have evolved, and also the original for the for my bootcamp, like literally the original. So it's training, then live Q&A, training, and then live Q&A. Like you'll see how to do your stuff in beta. So that's the focus and orientation day. Again, I schedule it out, like, so whenever you're watching it, it's a passive and leverage income stream, I call it. Okay, focus and orientation day. That's when I first ever did one. I was terrified. In fact, when I streamed this out, it went wrong in the Google Hangouts, and I was like, oh my gosh, I looked like a deer in the headlights. My ex laughed at me because it was that bad. Free chapter group coaching VIP day. If you want to come into the mastermind, that's how you will. There's the mastermind and the access there, payment buttons, all the things, everything in the mastermind. I'll talk about it on there. I gift masterminders a spiritual business breakthrough session, a one-on-one now, and I think that is it. And when you've enrolled, whether it's in the masterclass, in the vision board, in the global networking hub, in the boot camp, in the 5-day, in the 7 freedoms, it will always be in your dashboard. All right. You can search in your dashboard. I give a lot of bonus gifts as well. I'll talk about it on the mastermind. Then we have communities off social media. Can I get an amen? I think we are done. That was a lot. Robin says, let's see. I feel that our income can only grow as much as we do. And so I didn't even show you the Trello board. Anyway, we've got the Trello board where the bank 50K in 50 days. Let me pull this up real quick. Hang on. Let me do one more thing. I want to show you the Trello board, because your income can only grow to the extent that you do. I think I showed one Trello board, but not this one. This is when you enroll in the boot camp and in the mastermind, I give you this Trello board. All right. So it's got all of my links to everything. It's got the 1-page plan on here. I think I showed the 1-page plan. It's got the spending the vibrational money voucher. It's got the daily lives on here, all the links, everything. We set 7 weeks to actually manifest life work balance, spend your vibrational money, do it in the visible vibrational world. And then we do everything in the visible world. That's you getting organized, deciding when your day is, when you're going to offer your 50 breakthrough sessions that serve. And when you do another round, you might not offer them for free. You might offer them as a bonus, but I will take care of you. Everything that I've mentioned, all of the links, all the oh my gosh. But I have my online calendar where you can subscribe to my online calendar so that you'll know verify it's me. I don't think I can. Hang on. You'll know where I am. No, it's not doing it. You'll know where I am when where I am. Yeah, you'll know where I am. Okay, basically. All right. So I want to just say that. So your income over, imagine that 50 days, I support you through it, but I'm not there the whole time. Robin says, double your self-worth, feeling worthy. That's key, isn't it? I know you were talking about worthiness as well. If we don't feel we're good enough, others can pick up on that and not want to work with us. Yeah. And so if we just say, oh, well, I'm doing a beta program and I want to have real people go through it, instantly we do feel worthy. We're just testing. Those testimonials were through my beta program on that cheat sheet. Obviously, I've got like testimonials and stuff on SoulLegacyTV, like more recent ones. Yeah, no lurking. Really though, how do we serve if we're not seen? Exactly. So go to the SoulLegacyTV and you'll see, or even on the bootcamp page, you'll see testimonials from students. And I don't get a testimonial from everyone. Not everybody will give one. And I don't show every single testimonial either. But I have really enjoyed. Have you enjoyed this week? 2 hours. Oh my gosh. I think it was worth it. Do you think it was worth it, Robin, to do 2 hours today? We've wrapped up the 1 week to create a badass. Is that a badass spiritual business vision board challenge or what? I started as the vision coach. I started as a vision and life purpose business coach. That was me leaning in. Iona, how were you able to schedule out your business? Because I'm certain with the things that I'm offering now, because they've evolved over time, and here I am. And I've set my business. I can receive that finance. I can say, you know, absolutely, like, come and sign up for the mastermind. I can share what knowledge I have and impart it on you, right? Absolutely worth it. I'm excited to finish updating my boards. Yes. Do your vision boards, but look after yourself while you're doing it, while you build it. Nobody told me that. There is nothing else out there like it in the industry, because I've been through programs after programs after programs, and so many things were missing. Somebody said to me that my program, my first initial program, was like better than Marie Forleo's program. And I was like, what? Mine's on beta. I'm like, what? Really? I don't say it out loud very often, but I'm like, oh, okay. So she has B School. And she updated B School after 17 years, Marie Forleo. So I don't know what it's like now. But one of my mentors, Kim Luna, she'd done B School, then she did her own stuff, Be True, Brand You. And everybody was likening it to that and saying it was amazing. It was pretty cool. She doesn't do it now. She's discontinued it. And that's one of the things that I want to say, that when you are getting out there and you're building your author and your authority program and retreats and different things, build it on your YouTube channel, build it in a way that is something that you're passionate, that you're not going to get bored of. I don't get bored of doing my journaling every single day, because I would journal anyway. And Robin, you know, when you said like that multi-passionate, if you don't put enough in there, you're going to get bored. So for me, leveraging your light work and lifestyle, yeah, I'm talking about fitness, and I'll expand into the dating app. I will, like you said, because I've got this business model handled, I've got to still do some recordings for my bootcamp and update it as I've expanded this model. And then do some recordings for the mastermind as well. And then it's done. And then it's like retreats is the next thing. And, you know, doing the fitness. And I'm always up leveling and expanding in this business. It's enough of an interest for me. I value excellence. And so I'm like, okay, well, what can I do? I just feel guided to bring those are the things that I struggled with through my spiritual awakening. And again, I'm looking for co-authors to share their spiritual awakening story to the people that they're here to serve, right? So that is it. That is a wrap. Robin, can you tell me what has been your biggest takeaway from today? Or from the whole challenge, from today and then the whole challenge, and then I will let you hop off. And guys, what has been your biggest takeaway from this challenge? Let me know in the comments down below. If you're watching on replay, have you gone through day one? And you know, which was your favorite day? And what were your scores throughout the week? And will you come and journal with me at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona? Will you come, and when you do invest in the mastermind or the bootcamp, you will, and you come on the live master class. So the mastermind and the bootcamp, you can get the 7 Freedoms Frequency call-in gym to get that spiritual life and work balance coaching call, but only those who show up on the live and you enroll, then I will gift it. You don't have to enroll on the masterclass, on the mastermind in there, because we do that through the group coaching VIP day. But if for those who enroll in the bootcamp, live on the masterclass is an ethical bribe. On that 1-page plan at the bottom of it, I talk about getting testimonials and offering ethical bribes. So I just finished. Okay. Robin says, takeaway from today is to continue expanding within myself, self-worth, yes. To be open to expand financially as I serve others, actually show up to serve. Yes, that part, showing up, speaking out, and serving deep. And on that note, I am out of here until December 2025. I will share as I go along on the daily lives some of the things that I manifest, some of the things that I will wait until the next live. And obviously, if you're on the 2-hour monthly coaching call, I kind of dive deep, and if you have any questions, etc. So I will see you on the Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge, the Spiritual Business Book Marketing and Bank 50K in 50 Days and the Soul Legacy Academy. Hopefully I'll see you on the monthly call. It is for ambitious spiritual coaches, earth angels, authors, and entrepreneurs doing a light work in the world with a media kit. You're seeing that I've created another space, another hub for us, for women over 40 in spiritual business. And I love that. Find that on Facebook. Excuse me. For the challenge, for the challenge is looking at all areas of our lives as we continue to take. So this is the takeaway for them, the challenge. Okay, thank you. For the challenge is looking at all areas of our lives as we continue, as we contribute and take care of ourselves. If we try to leave one out, we lose pieces of the foundation and lives. Yes, that part. And their work in tandem in every single area. Like I've shown real time throughout this challenge how my emotions were dipped by my environment, and that impacted relationships, and then spirituality, and I brought that in, and I felt connected, and I felt supported, and you've supported me as well. And for those of you who don't know, Robin was our lead soul guided instructor for a while. So I do appreciate you, and Robin's been through a lot of the stuff, and you've been offline when we both experienced burnout, and we've both paused, and we've come back, and we're still here with a vision, and you're still going. So I'm really proud of you. Robin says we need to keep up our vibration and reach our vision and mission in serving in our spiritual biz. Absolutely. I was trying to type fast. No, it's fine. No, it's fine. Yeah. We need to keep up our vibration, raising our vibrational frequency. So I'm sharing with you the vision, and I'd be doing you a disservice if I didn't show up daily and do my own practices and say, hey, raise your vibration. This is how we do it in soul funk versus soul flow. And when you're doing your own soul signature system, you'll see, because I say to on the masterclass, and the first step in the bootcamp is about your STAP, your soul tribe avatar profile or persona, meaning a version of you. So whatever it is that you've gone through, you'll have 7 areas that you can share, and that becomes your process. And Robin developed her process, her best you process, and that evolved. It went from self-care to self-love, and then to best you, and it's incorporating self-care and Reiki. She's a Reiki master teacher, and here at the Energy Healing TV. And so it's developing, and the chakras and all the things, and manifestation. It's developing a process around your own soul signature system that you do anyway, the thing that got you from your spiritual awakening, gathering your spiritual ascension tools, that helped you to alchemize your spiritual alchemy. That's the process. It's not just Iona Meade, but this is what I use. I use a vision board, I used those 7 areas, and I used a journal. And that was it. Like, all of this was created that way. Robert, oh, okay. Robin says, thank you. I love you, billions. Thank you for the shout out. You're welcome. Love, you deserve it. And Robin will be the resident expert in the group with the women over 40. And I want to say 50 because I was going to do it women over 50. We are both over 50, but we've known each other in our 40s. And so, yeah, women over 40 in spiritual business. And, you know, if you know of anyone who is a woman in business over 40 that wants to launch, lead and leave their soul legacy, they want to show up, speak out and serve deep, they want to align the movement and the message, you know, with ease, grace and flow, all the things, then hopefully I resonate with you, and you'll be able to share this out and invite others in. So thank you so, so much. Resident expert. All right, big love. Take care. I will see you for December 2025. Get it as a badass. Get that vision board done. Post it in the group. I'm really looking forward to seeing all the images. I'm really looking forward to working with you guys. I started over 40 and somehow got to over 50. I know, right? Me too. All right, I love you, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care.